Supercoach. Sorry, guys. Sorry if you're watching this video and you're thinking, what's this guy doing? I'm just chilling, waiting for some people to come in, and then we'll get everything going. Hey, Jado. Jeez, that was a quick join, mate. How are you? Welcome, welcome. How you doing, mate? Thanks for coming on in. Thanks for coming on in. Let's get this up. Make sure everything's okay. How have you been going this and last week? Everything looking good with fantasy? Rod, how are we doing? Welcome, welcome, lads. Hope you're all doing well. A tiny bit tighter. My first live is I'm on holidays this time. Hey, whereabouts? Oh, maybe I shouldn't ask that, but I hope you're having a fun trip if you're away. And if you're not away, I hope you're having a lovely break. I also just bought today. I don't know if you can see this properly, but okay, so they call it the bug, but when you start golf, I've got the golf bug. Like, I'm fully dived in deep. I cannot stop thinking and playing golf. And now I've bought the golf watch. So when you go to a course, you click this button. Wait. Oh God, I don't know how to facilitate. Device lock on. Wait, what? What's going on here? I don't even know how to operate this thing. Anyway, there's something you click and then you can choose the course. It's just mad. I just love it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe to help with the algorithm. Thank you, my bro. I don't know how to do it, to be honest. There's a button you click. Anyway, some of you may not give a crap about golf, so I won't go into too much about it. Swish, hello. How are we doing? Jado, we'll get into questions and everything soon. But that is a great question. That's something I've been tinkering with. Just got back from Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam for 17 days. What was your favorite out of the three? I'm going to guess it was either Vietnam or Cambodia, and I'm going to say Cambodia. So we're just going to wait for a couple more people to roll up, and then we'll get into it. Sorry, I'm a bit late. I wasn't actually even going to do a video, but my kid randomly slept, and my wife was holding him, and I was like, I'll be back in 30. So Cambodia. Okay, I thought you were going to say that. All right, so before we get into the team list, I did have a list of players on my other computer, not this one, on my laptop inside, of some pods I wanted to speak about, but I think I'll make a separate video before the first game that you guys can watch. It won't be live. I think I had about 10 pods that we need to talk about, so just make sure I'm gonna put it up either Wednesday night or Thursday morning. Just make sure you pay attention for that, because there's some juicy pods we need to start talking about. I think off the top of my head, some were like Xavier Willison, Morgan Smithies. I really can't think of the others, to be honest with you. But yeah. How is everyone's team looking? What rank are you at? And how many players are you looking to have playing in this major buy coming up this week? That's the big question. Are team lists in anyway? Let's have a look. All right, so team lists are in. Let's get into it, lads, because I'm on limited time anyway. Let's stop the lo-fi music. Thank you so much for being there. And let's... Oh, that's not going to work, is it? Hold on a second. Window capture. Chrome. Here we go. All right, lads. NRL team list round 12. I see a picture of Dominic Young. I'm already scared. Let's get into it. So we have, I'm going to try and do this a bit more structured lately. I don't really go on the times and dates. I don't really care. Oh, you traded. Okay, Ange, I apologize because as a content creator, I know I was hyping up Jacob Saifidi. I was 50-50 on him, and I decided just to go Hosking and Herbie. And that is the most unluckiest trade-in you could possibly do. Not only do Knights get absolutely obliterated by Eels, not only does Jacob Saifidi get like a 40 or something or a 35, he gets injured on top of that. That's just something you have to take in. I would either be looking at going AFB or Tapane for that spot for sure. Now, just remember that AFB has the round 13 bye for memory, but he also does have the lower break even. So if you get AFB in and you've only got 2 front row forwards, let's say, just remember they have a bye coming up. So don't let that bite you in the backside. Apologies for my lateness. Hey, you don't need to apologize in here. Hello, The Good Place. Hello, Gareth. Hello, everyone. Welcome on in. All right. So let's talk about it. The Bulldogs. So last week, okay, so then definitely it's AFB, I would say. 100%. Yep, that's completely fine. So what I pulled out of doing last week, I had Connor Tracy in my trades, didn't do it. Had Jacob Saifidi in my trades, pulled out. I went Herbie and Hosking, and it was a chef's kiss. I didn't even boost. I've still got 2 boosts in the tank. Feeling great. Feeling absolutely great. So we've got the Dolphins, Bulldogs, Thursday, 7:50 at Accor Stadium. Burton's still in this team, correct? Matt Burton's still in, not picked for Origin whatsoever. That's huge news. That is going to boost Bulldogs even more. The big issue here is Stephen Crichton with the groin injury. And why that, and also, Karaz out for up to 4 weeks. This is huge for Herbie Farnworth. Am I right in saying that? They're on the same side, correct? I'm pretty sure they're on the same side. Yes, they are. They are. That is absolutely huge for Herbie Farnworth holders. I'm interested to, I'm not saying he's going to go out and get 140, but you have a bit more confidence that he'll be able to go 70 plus. Stephen Crichton, Prop Max King, and lock Kurt Mann on. Wait, Kurt Mann got Origin duty? Whoa. Is that a shock? Am I crazy? Jacob Karaz and Daniel Suluka for Fafita concussion also missing. The latter leaders will field a new look, sure. Blake Wilson comes into the wing. Bailey Haywood starts at lock, and Blake Taff lines up at the center. Okay, that's very interesting. I thought Bailey Haywood was playing in the middle, but I guess they still have Burton, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Cool. Dolphins, Jake Averillo will wear the number 1 jersey with Hammer out on Maroons duty, and Matt Sviagi comes in the centers, sure. The loss of Tom Gilbert to a pectoral injury sees Lamelu promoted to the starting side and Oren Keeley. All right, that did Finna Fuiaki also? Yeah, he got named as well, right? I think a lot of... Oh, no. Finna Fuiaki's in. Sorry. I apologize. Did Finna Fuiaki get named onto the reserves for the Origin list? No, Critter, Preston, and Kraz. Surely it's all border kick outside. I was literally going to bring that up. Exactly what I'm thinking. Is that a bit of a trap or a bait? Most probably not. He's Finney is 20th man. So basically, if there's no injuries to the Origin side, then they won't be playing them. Then they will be playing this week. Sure. Understood. Yeah, Kickout's value just goes up massively here. Let me just bring this up quickly. Sorry, you have to see my face even enlarged even more, but we should have the draw ready to go so we can go through that, because if you don't have Kickout like myself, he is a 2RF trade target, and there is something we do need to speak about. I'll bring this up now. Bam. So the Bulldogs in round 12, they have the Dolphins, but then they come into a bye, then Parramatta and Souths. That's a very, very nice looking lineup for Kickow. On top of that, this could be a side without Moses and Lomax. I highly doubt that, but still, it is a very, very nice draw. No, that's round 15, sorry. So Para, in this round, Para should have Moses and Lomax back. Then in 15, Latrell Mitchell won't be there, which is huge. Correct me if I'm wrong in saying that. So I think Kickout is a great trade-in. I also think that if we are talking about Turos, we'll get him to a bit later, but there is someone else we need to speak about who is absolutely flying at the moment. But yeah, in terms of this, the biggest looks here are most probably Kickout and Harry Hayes. I think there's been a lot of talk about Harry Hayes. Maybe this is his moment here with so many outs to the team. I could be incorrect in saying that, but majority of it all leads into Kickow. There is going to be so much ball going to this side, and we're talking about a Dolphins team that also is a bit depleted, not only with injuries. We're talking about a team that has lost Hammer, so potentially could lose Finafiliaki as well. But this is going to be really, really interesting. And I think it will be a very high scoring game. I don't think the defense will be amazing on the Dolphins end, but we'll see. Kickout gets upgraded value from this though. All right. Eels and the Eagles. If you're an Iongi owner like myself, I am holding here. The reason being is, although his break even isn't crazy low, I am potentially making a play for Gutho next week where they have the bye now. So that's something I'm looking at. With Mitch Moses and Lomax in the Blues camp, a backline reshuffle sees Dean Hawkins come in, sure, while Sean Russell moves to the win and Jordan Sam Riney starts in the centers. Guys, if you need a cash cow, someone who you may not be looking at, go look at Jordan Sam Riney. He will be in my pods video. I think this guy could be a little bit of a pod we look at. Really good numbers. At the moment, I'll go to him now just to show you quickly. I can't be super long in this video or else I'll get absolutely murdered. 298,000 with a negative 19 break even, starting in the centers against an Eagles team that does not have Jake and DCE. So I also, another thing people sort of thrown out there is, do we look at Turbo? I think he just looks a bit off at the moment. I think your play here is, if you're grabbing someone from here, is Olakau'atu if you don't have him, and Garrick, who I think this will be a very another high scoring game, to be honest with you. The one thing I'm worried about is most probably with the Sea Eagles, how they perform without DCE, and a bit of Jake Trebojevic, who just gets the meters done and the hit ups done. So I'm really interested in seeing that. But we are talking about an Eels team that are also performing a lot better. It is at their home as well. I wouldn't be surprised if Eels win this game, but it really depends who wins on this right edge versus the left edge of Eels. I think that's going to be where the battle's won. The Garrick, the Ola versus, I don't know who's exactly on that edge on Eels side. Turbo doesn't look fit, but legit could have a score 100 last week. The 18 is very deceiving. Yeah, true. What's his break even at? I just think there's better. I just typed in Tom True. Far out. He's 552,000. 119 break even is too high for me, but that is a very, very low price. A big risk. I'm not going to do it, but geez, that is something you could look at. If you look at their bye, Manly, so they go, or so their draw, they go Para away into Broncos with possible rest to the Broncos team. That's at Broncos, there at Manly's home, into Newcastle away, into Gold Coast. So the draw, is very, very nice for Manly, but I think if I would go anywhere, I'm going to Garrick or Ola. That's personally for me, that's how I'm sitting with it. I could be completely wrong, but that's just where my head sort of lies on that one. All right, let's go to the Eels here. We've sort of covered that. Nothing else there. Sam Rani we spoke about. Iongi we spoke about. Nothing really much else to speak about in terms of the Seagulls. Jake Arthur will steer the ship in the absence of Maroon. Yep. Jazz Tavega shifts to lock. That's also, I think that's pretty good if you're a Tavega owner. Yeah, kept dropping balls against my Cows. I go for the Cowboys too, Swish. Let's not talk about it. I think Todd Payton needs to go. Jake Sigmund starts at hooker. Okay. So nothing crazy there. Let's go to Panthers Knights, 5:30. Panthers, Blaze Talagi, another one of my pods who I'm going to speak about. My wife. Okay, please get cats in before dark. So in about 25 minutes. Okay. See, I'm getting messages from the wife. Brad Schneider has been promoted to start at halfback in Nathan Cleary's absence, while Dane Laurie is the new fullback, and Dylan Edwards also in the Blues. Thomas Jenkins replaces Brian To'o. We love to see that, and we expected that. So if you held on to Jenkins, it's going to be really nice for you. I think that's what you should have done. If you didn't do that, it's not the worst move. We don't know what they're going to score, but up against the Knights team with, can I just say something? You guys might call me crazy. What are the chances that Knights play way better without Ponga? Am I crazy for saying that? What place am I coming? At the moment, I am sitting at 6,514. With 12-11 score last week, my total score is 14,060. Team value 16 million. And I have 2 boosts left with 23 trades, with 25 trades, essentially, because I've already made 2. So that's where I sit, if that helps you. Tonga got to line breaks last week. We'll see. A lot of ball now. Fletcher Sharp's at the 1. I like that. I like seeing that. I don't know why. I'm happy about that. Okay, cool. Fletcher Sharp is at the 1. He's going to... I don't actually know. Is that a good or a bad thing? I'm a Fletcher Sharp owner. I was like, do I hold him or do I not? This is going to be interesting now. Yeah, we'll see. Dylan Lucas named as well. That's nice. What's going on here? What's 11-12 doing here? What's this thing? Sharp owner here, disappointed he's at fullback. Okay. Yeah. We'll soon find out, right? I still think you have to hold. Hey, I just got notifications from Supercoach on my watch. Round 12 NRL team lists are in. Yeah, thanks, dude. I'm knee deep in it already, brother. Well, that's great. Refund the watch. Snyder has been promoted. Yeah, we've done that. 5'8". Fletcher Sharp has been shifted to fullback in absence of Kalen Ponga. The problem is, who else could go? Oh, we need to talk about some other things as well for Panthers in this period. There's actually some good things. You're bringing up some good things, but we'll get into that in a second. Tyson Gamble moves to 5'8", and Jack Cogger is the new halfback. Do you guys think that the Knights coach is just shifting so many things too many times? Dylan Lucas returns to the back row and Thomas Cant goes to the bench. Are you serious, man? What's his break even? Oh, man. Oh, man, that hurts. I think he's going to be a trade out now. That's annoying. I think if you're a Canover, he might be a trade out. Is it right that only your best 13 are taken, not 17? Yeah, so you can have 17 players picked, Ryan. Like, let's say, let me just show you now. So you see how I have 3 reserves? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. What's going to happen is, obviously, I don't have another reserve playing, but the best 13 scores from all your scores will be the ones that are kept. And then whatever the remainder is that you have up to that 4 reserves, they just fall out. So all it is if you have 17 people playing this week, essentially you just have 4 chances at getting a better score in a sense. So yeah, it's nothing crazy, but that's how it's going to work. Now, we do need to speak about some players here. Big one for me is Lindsay Smith. Now, you did bring up AFB before. I think Lindsay Smith could be a potential smoky in this period. Starting at the 13, I think he's going to get really, really good minutes. Obviously, Patea on the bench. Cole is on the interchange, which is nice. I don't know who Preston Ricky is. Maybe someone could let me know of that. How are we looking with this Lindsay Smith play? Also, Garner, you did bring up. Where is Garner? Am I blind? What did you say about Garner? Oh, Garner is that blank space. Okay, sorry. Yes, correct. So it's for round 12, 15, and 18. Yes, correct. My wife is messaging me. Hold on. Yeah, I'll get Kent. Sorry, lads. Yeah, so I hope that helps and makes sense with you, or sense for you, because it is crunch time, and these are periods where I've been planning for that I really want to try and climb up the ranks here. So for the last 3 or 4 weeks, I've only been trading people in that are going to be sort of good for this origin period, and hopefully that starts to shine now. So Garner, huge. I don't know actually know what Garner's numbers are. Whoa. 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 That is insane. 396,000? Negative 22 break even. And is dual 2RF wing center. That is very interesting. That is so interesting. That's a great way to put it, Joshua. It's like playing with 5 flex players if you have 18 players, correct? Okay, so now that you've mentioned that to me, I do agree. I think the 2 biggest watches here. Now, if you are having trouble in the 5/8, I know this is crazy, but through this period, Blaze Talagi, is that how you pronounce his name? Or Talagai? I think it's Talagi, right? Could go absolutely crazy in this period. So if we look at Panthers' draw, now I'm not saying he's a must-have and you have to go here, but they've got Newcastle, then they've got Parramatta. Now, I would assume that Nathan Cleary backs up this game, but it may not. You just don't know. You don't know what's going to happen. Then they have West Tigers away into New Zealand. So through this period, maybe for the next 3 games, Blaze could be a play, or Garner could be a play, or Lindsay Smith could be an absolute massive play here. And remember, this is the origin period again, so there could be people resting, but they are versing New Zealand on that round back, so it would only be Mitch Barnett. Thoughts on Ethan Strange? We'll get into that in the Canberra one, but yeah, I think it might be a bit late on Ethan Strange. However, their draw is amazing as well, because I have looked into their draw. All right. If I miss any players in a team list that you would like to speak about, just be like, yo, what about this player? And we can go back, or we can get to it when it comes to that time. Thomas Kent on the interchange hurts. I'm really happy Dylan Lucas is there. Wait, wasn't Dylan Lucas meant to have an injury? Does anyone know in the chat? I'm sure he was injured. That is so weird. I could have sworn he was injured again. But yeah, I could be wrong on that. I'm sure someone sent me a picture on that. So we'll see how Fletcher Sharp goes at fullback. That's most really the biggest watch. 120 break even. Shoulder subsidiating, but not the injury report from the Knights. He was sweet, just brought early as the game was gone. Splash cash on Hosking will go down to Hopboy. You mean, is that Hopawadi? Who's Hopboy? Oh, no. I think this is a bit of a bait. Nah. No, I wouldn't go because this is like definite. So this is the way this is me personally. This is essentially a 2-trade because what's going to happen is you're going to trade him in. He might make you a bit of cash. He might sort of stop at 35, 40, sure. But then when the likes of people like Preston come back and Origin players come back, that could bite you in the back a bit. I think if you're going to do something like that, now that Ange just talked about that, I think Garner is a much better play in that spot than Hotboy. I also think Hosking is very, very good as well. Is it too late to get Hosking though? 15 break even, 528,000. Most probably not. I wouldn't expect him, however, to keep getting like 80, 75, 70. Like I think he's more like a 50, 60 player. But with the draw that they have, you can definitely go for it because Canberra's draw is really, really nice. So if we look here, they have New Zealand away, Sydney Roosters away. This is coming off Origin, but I don't think they have too many impacts to Origin. Souths, then by West Tigers, Newcastle, St. George. So you could literally hold Hosking through this whole period. So yeah. Can we send some screenshots of our teams later on for suggested trades? If you want to tell me who you're thinking about trading, I can tell you now. I don't have like a WhatsApp set up yet. So the goal was to get to about 1,000 subscribers and then we're going to set up everything. So I don't know a place that you can send it to me virtually now. But there will be a WhatsApp group and everything coming. But if you want to put down in the chat who you're wanting to get rid of, like who are your bad players, we can go through it now with you as well. All right. So yeah, that's really, really interesting. Roosters versus Sharks, 7:35 p.m. 5 players on Origin duty for the Roosters. Wait, I was wrong. Wait, who are the 5? Oh, sorry. I'm an idiot. So you've got Connor Watson. Is it Lindsay Collins as well? White is injured. Toya's Origin. Spencer Lenu's Origin. That's right. Crichton's Origin. So they actually do take a bit of a hit. I think KL Ero is one of the biggest premium CT dubs we can look for in this Origin period. I'm likely, if not 95% trading him in this week. Not only do I think Sharks are just playing phenomenal footy and really good footy, they're a top 3 team. Their draw is really good. And I think now's the time to kind of bite the bullet and try and make points. You're versing a Roosters team that is basically lost Toya, who's a great defender. They've lost a bit of oomph in their hit-up meters. Plus, White is gone. Now is the time I think you go on the Sharks. Just be cautious of this because if you don't, it's not as bad as you think because they do have a bye in round 13. So next week they have a bye. You can hold off for 1 week. But this game, I personally am not going Tedesco. I think Tedesco personally, you wait one. Even if he scores a 70, 80, a 60, cool. That's great. His break even is high for memory. I think it's 100. Am I wrong on that or 70? It's 100. So his break even's 100. If he clears 100 break even, sure. But a Sharks team with that's basically full strength, I don't think it's going to happen. And that's just, this is just my opinion. But I just don't think that's going to happen. So I'm going to wait a week because essentially you're going to have the bye, then go to them. AFB, however, is someone you can look at with that bye. Now, in terms of AFB, let me just check one thing here. So Roosters have the round 14 bye. So, sorry, Tedesco doesn't have a bye next week. AFB has the bye next week. Is that right? Did I say that correctly? Yes, I did. So Tedesco has the round 14 bye. So they have 2 very tough teams who aren't hit majorly by Origin. I think Tedesco is a wait for this Newcastle, North Queensland period coming into West Tigers, St. George. So that's what I meant. Sorry, I thought they had the bye next week. That's incorrect. Sharks have the bye next week. Now, AFB, you can go now. I think this is definitely the time we look at AFB. Now, Don't expect this guy to be a 100-point player scoring a try every game. Expect a 60 to 70, but expect consistency now. His base has gone up to that 60 mark. I think this is the game you get him because they're lacking in forwards. So I think personally, if you are looking for a front row forward, you're looking at AFB or Tapane or both, and you're sitting most probably with everyone else. Now, the good thing for me is I've held on to Corey Horsburgh. I was like, if he doesn't get picked for Origin, I know the chances may be minimal, but you don't know what has happened. This now has boosted my spot. So I'm sitting with AFB, Aaron Clark in my front row, with Horsburgh, Hosking, Cant as my 2RF. Now, what I can now do here, which is cool, is I can get rid of Cant. I can move Horsburgh up or try and do some like sneaky stuff. I don't know exactly if I'm going to get rid of Haas, but I'm very happy for the Horsburgh hold. But yeah, that's something you can look at doing. Let me keep going. Well, is there anyone else? Billy Burns. I don't think we need to talk about too much. Roosters get hit with some big things. Someone I did want to mention, Zach Docker-Clay. I think that's a bit of a watch here. Especially with me because I still have Sandon Smith, but Zach Docker-Clay, 342,000, 8 break even. Just pay attention to his minutes, see what happens here. I don't think it's going to be anything crazy, but he still deserves a bit of a mention. Dominic Young comes in. We should also talk about Mark Nawa. I'm not even going to try and pronounce it. You know what I do. Is he a trade right now? I don't think so. I think if you've had him, congratulations. It's been a great buy. Maybe you can wait 1 or 2. I'm just very scared with who they're versing, but I'm also very scared of him because he is an absolute talent. 656,000 with 26 break even. I'm just worried that he gets like a 40 to 50, and it's like, okay, cool. And then they play next week and then they come into a bye. But if you go to Mark, I am not going to say it's a bad trade. I think it's completely fine. He's an exceptional player. And who knows, Roosters could have a really, really good game and I could be completely wrong. And it's, 24-20, 30-24. And I completely regret my decision. So there. NRL Physio just said Garner isn't named for the Panthers based off their website team list. Okay, so we'll need to pay attention to that. So if he's not there, he's obviously not someone we can go to. I think I'm most screwed in the front row, which I have Haas, Couchman, and Val Mega. Is Val Mega not playing this week? So advice around that. Well, I think someone like you, I don't know what Couchman is worth. I don't also know how much money you have in the bank. But if you can squeeze, are you talking about Toby Couchman, I assume? Obviously, since you're talking about FRF, I think you're looking at going Couchman to AFB if you can do it. I think that is your best play there. You're talking about someone who's now 673,000, likely bottomed out, and has a 29 break even. That would be my advice. And if you don't want to go there, go to Tapane. Yeah. Yep, Toby Couchman, and I have 130. So, yeah, that's your play. If you can do that, definitely do that. That would be my advice. Or Tapane, but I think out of the two, I'd prefer AFB, especially with Sharks kind of rolling. Again, just remember, though, for next week, you will not have AFB. But next week, if you went to Pane, you will have him against Sydney Roosters, then South, then a bye. So just understand that. That's a bit of a risk. So if you don't have a second FRF, just see. What's my trades this week? At the moment, I am doing, not set in stone, Egan to AFB, Karaz to Iro, plus possibly more. So yeah, that's what they're sitting at right now. I'll mostly trade Cant in, and I'm actually thinking about going Cant to Kickow. That's most surely going to be my play. So yeah, I don't think I want to boost. Tapane might have to be the option. Yeah, just remember that. But also what you can do, Ryan, is you can go, okay, how is my next week team looking if I get AFB? That's all as well. Do you have a 2RF that can become an FRF where you can maybe like swap someone and then have 2 front row forwards from it? So just look into that as well. If you've got Nikora, fine, keep him. Ramian, keep him. You're keeping everyone from the Sharks here. Nothing really crazy here to talk about. I'm just looking at the Roosters team, and I don't think there's anyone else to mention. Yeah, no, nothing here. So many ins and outs. It's crazy. Jesse Ramian has been named despite sustaining an eye injury. Sam Stone Street. Okay. Wow, Harodi comes back. So is Harodi taking over? Oh. Hold on. That's actually, what's his break even? 432,000? It's actually not a bad play if Stone Street is out that long. That's really interesting. Okay. Pay attention to Harodi again, lads. You have Horse, then I think you can go AFB. Because remember, Tapane has about a 70 break even. Oh, okay. Yeah, just go AFB then if you've got Horse still. That's a really good hold. Well done. All right, so Harodi's back in. Stone Street injured for a while. Pay attention to that. That's someone who you could possibly go to as well. Warriors Raiders. Okay, this is going to be a great game to watch first and foremost. The outs, Fisher Harris out, Barnett out, Hudson Young out for Origin duty. Horsburgh, boom, boom, boom. Very happy about that. Nothing crazy here. Owen Paddy, Nolan, Josh Papali. Looks like stock standard. Yeah. Jackson 4, 2 changes. Dolphins, yep. Okay. And Ali, okay. Mitch Barnett, James. Fisher Harris got suspended for that awful shot he did. Yeah, sure. So I'm very happy about this because now Aaron Clark is going to be absolutely huge this match, and this is going to be a very tough match for him. But holy moly, Aaron Clark. I'm not even joking. I possibly might put Aaron Clark as a VC. This guy's an absolute beast. Katoa's due back round 16 for the Sharks. That's who I was thinking of. Okay, sorry. Also, Mulatalo is someone we can look at as well with this Sharks play, but just be wary of that. I should have mentioned Mulatalo as well. He's just floored. It's crazy. Oh, that's it. Oh, that's it. I thought there was more games for some reason. Anticlimax. So what I'm looking, so I'll just go through my team at the moment so you guys can look at maybe my trading targets. I'm very, very happy with what I'm doing here. So as you saw before, I'm going Kiraz to Eero. Most really scratched the Harodi thing. I completely forgot about that. Now, a big talking point is Toya. Now, negative 19 break even. Do you trade him now or do you hold? I know this is crazy, but I'm actually holding every single player here. The only valid one I can really understand is the Haas and the Pap because for Melbourne Storm, they actually have the round 12 bye, but then they verse Gold Coast, North Queensland, and then a bye again. Why are we trading Pap for that? I just don't understand. So the guy hasn't been called up to Origin. He's got a 60 break even. In all honesty, he's been probably the most informed fullback of the competition, if not tied with Tedesco. And for the way my team is, if Sharp has a shocking one, I'm most probably going to go Iongi and Sharp to Tedesco and Gutherson or something around that. So I think exactly right. And this is my thing as well about the Toya thing. Is if Queensland lose and Toya has an average night, he's gone. He's gone. And then what does that lead him to? Into a great Roosters sort of draw. And Roosters already have that bye. They have the bye in 14. So not only will they then skip the bye, if he does come back, he's coming back into Newcastle and North Queensland. How many players do I have this week? I'm thinking of doing one more trade, but I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, because I'm going to trade Cant. 13, 14, 15, I'll have 16. 16 players for me at the moment. I'm not going to boost this round, but I think I have to sell Cant now because of this. I don't see him breaking this, and I don't want to lose money. So yeah. And yeah, this is my big thing. How do you pronounce his name? Kolomatangi? Is that how you say it? I would get him in this week if they didn't have the bye. This guy is an absolute beast. I don't think he's going to lose his position in terms of like swapping positions. So how I play this now is really, really important because I do really want to get him, but I also don't want to play Kant. And I'm almost considering him just getting him in and just going like, cool, I'll take the bye. And that's it. Kolomatangi. Thank you. So at the moment, I have 318,000 in salary, and I most probably want to use that up. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. That's the only trade. Oh, I should just go kick out. No, this should be the play, right, lads? I should just do this. Kick out 580,000. I will have 145,000 in the bank. And then next week, May will come back. I could possibly even trade Haas and get Kolomatangi. Or with... Okay, so there's moves I can make here. Okay. Yeah, let's talk about this quickly. CTW options. Garrick, I think, is a massive one you need to talk about. Most probably close to bottoming out, but with 110 break even, I'm a bit worried he won't beat that against an Eels team that is mostly a bit stronger on paper. Personally, I'm not a fan of Connor Tracy. I say that now, but he'll mostly go ballistic. I think Ronald Mulatalo is also a good look, but they have the bye next week. You're making me name a lot of my pods that I was looking at. I think Hopewadi is also a nice one, but someone who I wouldn't be 100% focusing on. Mark, I think, is huge. Marky Mark. I think he's one of the biggest ones you need to talk about because he's just an absolute goat of a player. Whether you wait is up to you. And I would say, obviously, KL Iro, which I've spoken about. Jordan Samrani, I think you also need to speak about because he is just so low. Is he too much of a cash grab though? So we're talking about someone that's negative 19 in break even, has gone 56, then 60. I think deserves a bit of credit. Both the Sharks and the Bulldogs have the round 13 bye, so Iro and Kikau would be playing this week and out the next. Both the Sharks and Bulldogs have the round 13 bye. Yeah, you're right. But still, I think you can get away with it. And I think if there's two players you really want to get in now, or three players, it's Adam Fanua-Blake, Kikau, and Marky Mark. It's a very interesting take, though, because I think I'll be fine for the next week anyway with the buys. Like, maybe we can look at that now. So we can look at, let's just take Iro out, and then how do you do this? What's going on here? Does Drinkwater go? I don't think you get rid of Drinkwater, no, just from one bad game. He's mostly playing. Absolutely. So round 13 bye. I'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, God. So these two can come in. Oh, jeez. Yeah. That's scary. Wait, are these guys are playing? Wait, these guys are playing, right? In round 13, hopefully. Oh no, that's fine. I'll be sweet. So I'll be able to get through this. Yeah, this is fine to me. See, I'm completely fine with doing these trades because AFB, Kikau, and Hines will go. Oh, God. But the thing is, I may not have a halfback. Maybe I just tank the halfback for 1 week. Okay. We'll see how we go. But I'm completely fine with this because I have these players all coming back, hopefully. So we'll see how we go there. Why is my third trade done? What have I done? What did I do? Oh, I did kick out, sure. You think Cleary will back up? Oh my God, please, please give me that energy. So they have Panthers Para, which is on a Sunday, which is great. I think you guys are right too. And I think it's a must-win game for them. So I will go with you guys and say yes to that. All right, lads, I've got to end it here because my kid's most probably waking up. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for being here. 28 of you. God bless you all. Let me just check if there's any last questions. Jazz, Herbie, Savage, KP, Pete, Mam, Egan. Don't know what that means. But yes. Both Dylan Lucas as CTW is very viable. Yeah, that's true, but I think he's better served in the 2RF. But yes, you are right. He has a really good base. Are there any last questions? Oh, your trades. Sorry. Okay. Jazz, Herbie, Savage, KP, Pete, Mam, Egan, Jazz, Herbie, Savage, Herbie. Herbie has next week bye, correct? Yeah, he's got round 13 bye. KP, Savage. Oh, you're going Savage. That's a bit of a pod play. Nice. I like that. That's aggressive. Iro or Herbie? Oh, that is tough. That is a tough question. Iro or Herbie? I'm going to say Iro. I think they're versing a much weaker Roosters team. I also think look, if you've watched, I've watched every Dolphins game for the last 3 weeks, and Herbie has got a try in 2 of the games in like the last 5 or 10 minutes. Mostly the last 3 of the games towards the end of the game. If he didn't get these tries, he would be sitting at around 60. I think Iro is just phenomenal. I don't know why. He plays hard footy. Look, you're coming up against a Dolphins team, a Bulldogs team that doesn't have Karaz and Crichton. Most probably the best outcome from Herbie. So the best answer I can give you is if you can get them both, get them both. But I think I would lean to Iro because, one, the Sharks are performing better as a team. Roosters have a ton of outs. It could be a huge scoring game. And I just expect the Bulldogs culture to still be there with how good they are at defense. That's all. So that would be, if it was me, I'd be still going Iro. And I'd be like, cool. I don't know though. Up to you. Good luck this week. Ready to see you dominate the buy round period and see some great arrows. Oh, captains. I'm dry here. I got no captain choices. I literally got nothing. Holy. VC Kickow. When do Bulldogs play? Oh, God. I got nothing. VC Turbo, C Hines or Clark. Is Clark actually going to be one of my captains? That's absurd. New Zealand versus Canberra. It's got to be someone from Sharks. I think it's going to be Hines. Yeah. I don't know. I think I'm honestly going to go Vice Captain Kickow, Captain Hines. Or Vice Captain... Oh, jeez. This is rough. Sharp. Do I trust Fletcher Sharp? Anyway, this is going to be a rough round. Need to get your vice captain and your captains right. But if you get your vice captain right, safe to say you'll have a loophole ready to go. So your vice captain will be very important this round. But yeah, lads, I'm going to end it here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for supporting. You guys are legends. I hope it hasn't lagged a bit or anything. But adios, amigos. Muchos chachos. And I will see you guys soon. Take care of yourselves. Good luck. Maybe the more we build up, we'll get the WhatsApp set up as well. By the way, before we end this, does anyone play golf in this chat here? Random question. Does anyone play golf here? I'm going to give you 30 seconds to reply, and if no one says anything, I'm ending the stream. But I'm just curious. Or like, what's your weekly hobby sport or like the weekly thing you do? Yes. Boom. We've got one. That's all I wanted. Do you use the golf watch? I'm a bit addicted. I'm a bit addicted. Anyway, lads, take care. Good luck. And I hope you see nothing but green arrows. No, like the sound of the watch though. I like you. All right. Peace, guys. Take care. Much love. And see you on the next one. Stay tuned for the pods video coming out tomorrow or Thursday. All right. Peace. Goodbye. Love, love.